Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey, two diehard baseball fans who don't agree on anything. Which side will you choose?
Welcome
This
to The Divide
is The Divide.
with Mike and Corey.
That's your boy Todd Frazier.
Hey guys, I'm Julie Stewart-Banks.
Hey, what's up? This is Cliff Floyd. You can catch me on The Divide.
You can catch me on The Divide on
Never
Fox
know
Sports
what to
Gambler.
do.
Hopefully our disagreements one day bring us all together.
So stupid. So corny. And so stupid. I hope our disagreements bring us together.
Yeah, I do. This is The Divide.
And here we are, Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler, 102.5 Philly, 104.1 Trenton. Check us out on the iHeartRadio app. First episode of the new year.
Yeah.
Already getting interrupted by Villanova.
I know. Well, no, we're going to be on and then they're going to come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not true.
So we're opening for Villanova.
Villanova basketball, yeah.
No, hey, you've had a stressful week, man.
Yeah, and my wife is traveling for the last 10 days, so I told Corey, if we're going to do this show, you got to drag me through it because
I'm here for you, dude.
been a single dad.
Yeah, dude, first of all,
yeah.
shout out to anybody that's raising a kid by themselves or with no help because, dude, I don't know how people like we've taken the baby now to 2 classes in the last week. One was like a music class and one was a swimming class.
Yeah.
And my wife has been there for both of them with me.
Right.
And I don't know how I would do it without her there for just like the random stuff, especially the swimming class too. They let us both get in the pool. And I was like, oh, man, this would have been much harder had she not been there.
We had gymnastics, and then we also had that storm come through, like that winter hurricane or whatever.
Yeah, it was just rain in the month of January, but people were freaking out about it.
The wind was insane. I lost power multiple times.
Oh, that's right. You said you lost power.
Yeah, dude, I thought we were going to get shot off to the moon. Like, honestly, and that was nuts. Then the school didn't have much power. There was no communication whether there was a delayed open or not. So we're just waiting out there. The bus showed up, and she got on. The next day, I go to bed, and I go to bed early, like 10:50. It wasn't even 11 yet.
That's pretty
Dude,
late, but early for you.
Right. It felt good. It felt great. At 3 a.m., somebody wakes me up, and she has a runny nose. So that was Peyton.
I hope so. God.
Bro, it wasn't running. Like, and she just wanted to talk. So,
3 a.m.?
Yeah. I was like, are you kidding me? So, couldn't get back to sleep. But I woke up from that, like, 4 hours or whatever, feeling so refreshed. But it's the wrong time of day. Like, you know?
Dude,
so,
that happens all the time. Like, the baby's been sleeping well. Knock on wood. Like, dude, 10, 11, sometimes 12 hours well. So, we can't complain. But sometimes she'll wake up at like 3:30, 4 because she's like hungry in the middle of the night. So usually I'll get up, I feed her, and then she goes right back to bed. But then it's like 4:15, and I'm wide awake.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you do? Like, I need a hobby. Like, what's a hobby you can do between 3 and 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
PG answers only. Like, what do I got to like take up knitting or crocheting? Like something quiet? Like.
Look,
I need
you ever
something.
see that Adam Sandler thing when he tried to do that? He's like, I had breakfast, then I worked out, then I had breakfast again. It's now 7:30. I still don't know what to do. I worked out again. Like, I read a book. My family woke up. I had breakfast for the 3rd time. It's ridiculous, but it's so true. Like, but then you hear like people like The Rock. I wake up at 4, rise and grind.
Oh, God.
4 a.m. I work out. I drink coffee. I fast to 1. Like, it's cool, but.
I don't want to throw shade at The Rock because he's much bigger and can beat me up. But like, dude, I don't want to say it's easy, but you wake up at 4. He spends like 2 hours in the gym, and then he gets out of the gym, and I'm sure someone's cooking his breakfast for him.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't know. It seems a
a
little bit easier.
Once you get to that certain status.
Same thing with Adam Sandler. I mean, I know he was being funny, but like, come on, dude. If I had a personal chef and everything, forget about it. Forget about it. Let's get into sports, man. Crazy week. I know they say about 25% of the NFL coaches are now looking for jobs, which happens this time every year. But the problem is those coaches are some of our household names that have been coaching for a while.
Yeah, it's
Pete
unbelievable.
Carroll's one of them. Seattle cut ties. I've been loving the language around Bill Belichick and the Patriots.
Right.
You got fired, bro.
Yeah.
Don't give me that, oh, they parted ways.
Yeah.
They did. Stop it. That's like saying the breakup is mutual. It's never mutual.
Yeah.
Never. I don't care if someone broke up with you or if you broke up with someone and you guys are just like, oh, it's mutual. We both agree. Like, no.
Right.
One of you agreed to not be with the other person and the other one's trying to save their feelings. That's it.
Do you think it was a nice gesture to not do it on Black Monday? You know?
Yeah, I think Robert Kraft definitely has respect for him. The guy had 24 years in one spot, 6 titles. Respect where respect is due, but I think that you still got fired.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, if you spend 24 years with
And you
someone,
deserve-
you
yeah.
win a bunch of titles. It's not like your typical your garbage, get out of here. It's, hey, listen,
Joe Torre got the same treatment.
Right.
You
know, it's like, look, we want to find someone else. You've done a lot of things for this organization, but you know, you owe it to yourself to go see if you can do it somewhere else, and we owe it to somebody new to step in here and do whatever. So I just hate, like, come on, media. You're going to do all this shady stuff, and then when Bill Belichick eventually gets the boot, you're going to be all soft and nice and, no, we parted and this, that, and the other. Get out of here with this garbage. So Big Willie is on to greener pastures, I guess. I mean, where is he going to go?
I was going to say, do you think his post-Patriot career is equal or greater than Tom Brady's?
So the thing about, I think just like Tom Brady, Bill is going to be very selective because he can be very selective. He's that type of coach that organizations are going to want. I don't think he's going to jump on anything. I don't think there might not be anything out there right now that appeals to him, you know? And Lord knows he's not going into commentating.
I was going to say,
absolutely. Can you imagine that?
Oh,
we're going to throw it to Bill. Bill, what do you think?
Yeah, may as well. Him and my grumpy grandpa.
Yeah, seriously.
Like,
we're going to throw it to Bill to see if he smiles for once in his life.
It can't be worse than the K-Rod show. Like, honestly, and it's not because of A-Rod. It's because of Michael K.
Well, yeah, I would love to see Michael K and Bill Belichick, that dynamic.
Oh, no.
That would make me want to crawl under the table.
I would
so
cry.
awkward.
Oh, it's so awful. So awful. I don't even want to think about that. What I could see Bill also doing, taking like kind of Tom Coughlin type deal, like, you know, and go run an organization. No, but he already does that kind of technically as the head coach.
I could see him being hired as like head of football operations somewhere, but I don't think he's done coaching.
Also,
don't.
The Patriots gave, like, let's not forget, like, he wanted to replace Brady during his tenure. You know, he felt.
Correct.
Yes. So, like, the Patriots gave him a longer leash than he was willing to give Brady, you know? So, I mean, this year, it was the first time in 16 or 15-1 against the Jets in the last 16 matches or games.
Yeah.
And, you know,
his statistic.
The fact is, now you lost to the Jets, and that's your last loss as a Patriot. Like, Carl's going to hold on to that forever, which is hilarious.
God, but
yeah.
Carl, it's all we've been getting.
Carl.
Oh, dude, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand him, and you know I can't stand him, but you love him. Pat McAfee.
Okay.
Can we talk about what a
I don't
chump?
Wait,
what
I don't
hold
love
on.
him.
Hold
I don't
on.
love him.
But what a
I respect him.
Come on.
There is a difference.
You still respect him? What a chump. So he had Aaron Rodgers on.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers made a dumb
about Kimmel.
Joke, he says, about Kimmel being on Epstein Island. Kimmel was like, hey, thanks a lot. Now I'm getting death threats, and you have no proof. You can hear from my lawyer. He got all pissed off, which is fair enough.
Right.
McAfee, the very next day, walked this tightrope of trying to defend Rodgers but still issue an apology.
Parent
and
company.
then ESPN says you can't have Rodgers on anymore. So then McAfee, with ESPN saying you can't have Rodgers, doubles down and is like, yeah, we're not having him on anymore. This kind of tried to be like the big tough guy. Like, get out of here, dude.
I mean, he's also said that he feels like there's people in ESPN out to get rid of him.
Who?
So, that's what Pat McAfee said. Look that up.
You know, like,
so he's still talking out of both sides of his mouth.
He really is. Dude, they just gave you all of this money and you think they're trying to get rid of you? No. They might be trying to get him to fall in line with the rest of what ESPN does, which isn't what you hired McAfee to do. No. But he's still on that. He needs some leash to be on ESPN. He's still running wild like he's on, what was he before this, YouTube?
Yeah, well, that's exactly why they hired him. I mean, they need a YouTube presence. You know, they're realizing that traditional cable is going away.
Yes.
And so they need Pat as much as Pat needs them. So it's really just a matter of playing chicken in the road. Because the reason why, I mean, ESPN has now become like the Pat McAfee show. It's kind of like how
he's everywhere.
How MTV became like the Jersey Shore. You know, this is going to be like their...
I hate that analogy, but you're kind of.
But the Kardashians with what was that? It
was E
or
Networks?
TLC or whatever.
I think it was E.
One of those, yeah. So they end up finding this one program and just riding it till it falls off.
Oh God!
But the end result is they die too. I hope they don't realize that, because think about it. MTV, now what's on it? The Jersey Shore again, right? Yeah. There's no programming's terrible now.
It's it's just like. Did Aaron Rodgers? I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers made a comment about any of this. I think he's just laughing because he's just Aaron Rodgers.
He had him on one more time, and I think
did he have him on the next thing? I don't know if he did.
I did see comments. I saw comments. He rambled off like things Kimmel did towards him, and it's like, but I don't watch him. Like, and it's like, it sounds like you kind of do, like, or at least you hear what he says. He talked about him having 10 writers and all this other nonsense.
Let's see. Aaron Rodgers says he's glad Jimmy Kimmel isn't on Epstein list, but still doesn't apologize. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. If he was making it, it's just weird. Like, first of all, it's a weird joke to make to begin with, because there's a lot of conspiracy theories about that whole thing. I don't even want to get into it, but like,
it's also like if it was a comedian saying it, or somebody that wasn't all this conspiracy theory type stuff,
or someone that has a rapport with Kimmel. Like, dude, he doesn't even know Kimmel. Right. Like they know of each other, but it's not like they're friends. They don't have this.
No, they went at each other for the vaccine.
Yeah, like this is just like, it's just dumb, man. This is why, like, all right, Aaron Rodgers, you people will listen to you if you get on a podcast. That's probably your next move, but dude, you don't. I don't know.
It's horrifying, that list, the idea of what could have or did happen on that island is disgusting.
And even with the list that comes out, you still don't know, because it's one guy's account of, and it's like, take it for what it is. I read some of it, and I don't want to get too in detail, but it's like he was caught. He was in jail, and he's like, I'll give you this person. I'll give you that person. That person was there. This person was there. So it's like, were they really there, or are you just trying to throw everything out to see what sticks, to see if you can get out? And
I mean, we all knew Bill was there, right?
Yeah, the flight logs and the photos and stuff like that, but other stuff too. Do you believe the Stephen Hawking stuff?
Well, can I share something with you about that?
Of course you can.
Look, right, and our audience. But apparently he had a welcome time travelers party. And
you shared. I didn't think you did share that.
Yes,
but go on and tell everybody.
So Stephen Hawkins had a welcome time travelers party, but he was like, to prove that there is or isn't time traveling, I'm not going to send the invites until after the party. Mm-hmm. So if nobody shows up,
correct,
that means there's no such thing as time traveling.
Right, which is a fun theory.
Right.
But weird to carry out.
Very strange. Very strange. Very next level. Very like, that's crazy. But so nobody showed up. But now there's a new theory, because in the future you would know the man who just invited you
was named on this list.
Put on this list.
So why would you show
up to his party? Yeah. So the time traveler's not showing up to the party was because he was named on that list. This
guy's like, oh, guess it's not possible. And these guys are just like,
joke's on you.
Stay away from Steven.
Are you gonna? Hey Corey, you gonna go? Nah, I'm not gonna go. Like, you can't do that. Like, like this guy was caught on this list, but
my God,
it's weird. There was also another story that I heard about Stephen Hawkins that I never heard of before, was that the guy who created the tech to get him to be able to speak, Stephen Hawkins ended up hooking up with his wife.
Wait.
This guy.
Wait.
Yeah, the guy who created the technology to have Stephen Hawking be able to communicate.
Like, this is why I hate the internet, because
I don't know if
stuff
it's true.
like that comes out,
Right.
but it's like you just gotta know more. And even if, like, let's say it is true, I have a million more questions.
Right, me too. I have so many questions.
Like for both parties, really.
Exactly.
I
what made, like it's like falling in love with the Siri. Like, like a real. I mean, Stephen Hawking is the original AI, but apparently, like, I'm not trying to make fun of him. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. Like, think about it. Like, just the voice, everything. So, like, it's just like I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to be funny here. I guess I'm funnier when I don't try.
Dude, you just compared Siri and Stephen Hawking.
I don't know what else to compare it to. His voice is like it wasn't like he could wow or give you a cadence. It's kind of like you would have, like, the way you read my text. You're like, bro, if I didn't know you, I would have read that and came and slapped you. Like, how many times do you tell me that, like, I have to read it in my Mike Powers voice to
Bro,
further?
I'm just laughing because you're one of the smartest men to ever live. And you're like, so what? Show me some tone. Show me some inflection in your voice, Steven. You're not so big now, are you?
No. I'm just saying, like, it's not his voice. It's the robotic voice.
I completely agree with you, man. I'm just here's what upsets me about what you just told me is, like, how is he? He's Stephen Hawking. He was the fact that he was married with his wife, and then now he's hooking up with other girls. Questions, nothing but questions. Let's get off this topic a little bit, and let's talk Wildcard weekend. As predicted by me, my Dolphins blew it, which is good because the scenario was if they would have beat the Bills and won the AFC East, they would have played the Bills again this week, which if you beat the Bills once, you're not going to beat them twice in a row. So Dolphins go to Kansas City on Saturday night for a Peacock exclusive game. And it was Peacock exclusive last week for the Bills. So a lot of people were pissed off. Like, a lot of people that have cable that don't have Peacock were like, I couldn't even watch the game.
Right.
I don't have cable and I only have Peacock, so I didn't care. I'm like, whatever.
It's the only game I could watch.
But was this planned? Like, did we know, was Peacock doing this in advance, or was this a last minute deal that the NFL made? Do you know that?
What's up?
This Peacock deal, was this a last minute deal that the
I think
NFL
so,
made?
yeah.
Because I don't remember them announcing anything at the
like,
beginning of the season.
I do right by them, or like just to make sure they re-sign. I didn't see any. I didn't know going into the season.
No.
I figured it would eventually happen. I'm glad it's wild card weekend. Hopefully it doesn't bleed into the divisions and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of weird. And then the matchup they get is perplexing for me.
Yeah, well, I think they're just flexing. Well, first of all, the NFL putting them at 8 o'clock at night on Saturday, too. I mean, the night game and not the day game. Not that for Wild Card weekend, it's not like you got multiple games happening at one time. But I do like how they spread it out. I think they did the same last year. They have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I like that. I even like that once college is like kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
The minute like during the holidays, it's great to have it.
Oh my God,
on the
it's
weekends.
a lifesaver. I think that definitely keeps families together.
Yeah.
So you got Houston and Cleveland on Saturday. I really think Houston's going to pull off the win there, and I want to say, God, are they even favored? They can't be. No, the Browns are favored by 2.5. Right
yeah,
now.
I was going to say.
I think, but Houston's home.
Yo, so the Bengals and Browns played a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Peyton's watching it. She's like, Dad, they have orange helmets. I know you're colorblind, but they have orange helmets. Why are they called the Browns? I was like, I don't know, babe. Like, some people are just special. But I was like, I was so happy, but she was definitely trolling them.
You're like, that's a great question. Hey, you should probably call them up and ask. Just figure it out. So Browns favorite 2.5. I give it to the Texans. I think C.J. Stroud's going to, I don't know. I think Joe Flacco's luck has run out. Everybody's high on Joey.
Bro,
Joey
I love it because of the fact that, like, shame on the Eagles, shame on the Jets, right? They both had him. I like the whole Geno Smith career, like, going this way.
Yeah, no.
Flacco asking the Jets to put me in coach kind of thing once Aaron went down, and them not taking it, and, like,
So the cool thing about Flacco, dude has nothing to prove.
Right.
If he loses on Saturday, nothing. It's not like there's an immense amount of pressure. It's not like he's a Brock Purdy, a Tua, Josh Allen, like they have the weight on their shoulders to win. He's like, I don't care. I'm not the starting quarterback. I came in here and won a couple games. You guys are already more than impressed with me. If I lose, I lose. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think that's how he's been playing. He's been playing loose, and he's just been having fun, and that shows. Having said that, I just don't want the Browns to win. There's no other reason for it. Statistically speaking, I mean, if I was smart with my money in gambling, I would just say, okay, I think the Browns are going to take them. I don't think a rookie quarterback in his first playoff game against a tough Browns defense is really going to get it done. But I don't know. Crazier stuff has happened. They're calling for a lot of upsets this wild card weekend.
Yeah,
and then before we get to the break, real quick, Chiefs at Dolphins. Record low temperature, dude. It's going to be like -9 degrees. The Dolphins are like 0-10 anytime the temperature's below like 30 or something like that.
Right.
They have no linebackers left on defense because everybody's hurt. So I think Patrick Mahomes ends up beating the Dolphins, and everybody gets, that Kansas City Chiefs high again, like, oh, Mahomes is back. And then I got to look at Taylor Swift's stupid face while I watch the game, and that's my prediction. That's for Wild Card Weekend. But let's take a quick break. When we come back, more talk about Wild Card Weekend. It is Wing Month, so we do have to give a couple shout-outs.
Yeah,
we got to do
go
all
around
that.
Different area codes.
Plus some more sports news, guys. Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler. Stay with us.
You see this?
No.
It's official.
How much?
I didn't see the dollar amount yet. Shoot. I should have. I was going to have Mikey Hughes on with us from Chicago, but my output's not working, so we can't have a guest right now. So
Who are we going to have?
Mike from Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago
Oh,
Mike.
nice.
Yeah. We've been talking baseball the whole offseason. And he knows I started a new job, so he keeps me focused on things we should be talking about. So I appreciate him a ton.
Here we go. Stroman. 2-year, $37 million.
Yo, but it's crazy because
they offered Snell something, but they're waiting to hear back.
That would be a heck of a rotation. Like, I think baseball teams should do this. Like, you should have 6, 7, like, quality starters. Like, you have to, because people go down. Like, and I'm talking about, like, 6, and that could be a 4 or 5 starter. Like, where they're interchangeable. And then that 7th one, a journeyman, or, like, a guy that, a spot starter for that 7.
Montgomery, Stroman.
You got Cole.
Oh, man, that might actually.
Yo, also, Cashman and Stroh, like, they got into it or something.
Did they?
Yeah. I remember that. I wish I had my laptop. Yeah, Mikey saying the same thing. Him and Cashman just exposed each other not even a year ago. He's so true. So right.
Damn, man.
Should we come back?
Yeah, let's.
You're listening to The Divide, right here on The Gambler.
Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler. Guys, don't forget to check us out on YouTube Live, Fox Sports The Gambler YouTube. Give us a shot, network YouTube, to catch us during the break. A lot of times we just sit there and talk to you guys, give you some insider scoops. Sometimes we forget you're there and you hear Mike and I's conversation the entire time, and we're like, oh, my God, we're live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, Divide Live, guys. Check us out. Give us a like, give us a follow. Facebook, same thing. Let's finish this wild card weekend talk, and then we're gonna get in. We just got some breaking news.
From yesterday.
Yeah, from yesterday. It's breaking. All right. So wild card weekend, you got the Bills and Pittsburgh on Sunday, Cowboys, Packers, and then you got Rams at the Lions, which they're calling for a huge upset. Most of the interwebs most of the CBS analysts are calling for an upset. The Rams to upset the Lions, which is so disrespectful.
It is, but
so disrespectful.
But like the Lions were the Lions for like 12 years, right? Where they always looked good and they had great chemistry and just a great lineup, and then they always just fumbled it, right? No pun intended. So I get it. Like it took them this long to get this far. There's probably a sense of accomplishment. Last year they were 500, right? Maybe they did sneak in last year, right?
Who?
The Lions, or they were just barely over 500.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. I think the Rams could take it.
So it's a great script.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because you have Jared Goff, who used to play for the Rams,
right,
and then you have Matt Stafford, who used to play for the Lions.
Yeah.
And both teams have healthy receivers. They got healthy running backs. So this is going to be a great. This is why it's the 8:00 game on Sunday night. This is going to be a fantastic game to watch. I can't even tell you where I'm going to put my money other than the over for sure. But guys, this is going to be something. I firmly believe though that the Lions are not losing this game.
All right.
They have too many weapons. I just think they have the run game to support. Yeah, but hold on. But the Rams have some great receivers. Guys, I can't make a decision. I don't know what to do here. All I know is if Dan Campbell gets the choice, he's going to go for 2 points. And he's going to try it at least 3 or 4 times in a row. That's what he's going to do.
I love it.
I can't believe that. Anyway,
so
it's going to make good TV. And then you got the Bucks and the Eagles Monday night. Philly, I know you're nervous, Philly.
Yeah.
I know you're nervous. And I have to ask the question, if the Philadelphia Eagles lose on Monday, does Sirianni still have a job on Tuesday?
Not if the fans have that choice. And a lot of
You
the
have
football.
Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll. You got what's his name from Tennessee?
Yeah.
No longer Tennessee. You got a lot of head coaches
A lot
out
of
that can step in.
sexy-looking head coaches.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick in Eagle and that Kelly Green. It's
Listen, I just find it funny. Exactly this time last year, Sirianni was like hitting a pen and ordering Domino's or Pizza Hut or whatever, right?
Yeah, I remember us talking about that.
And now they're calling for his job. Like, it's just like how funny a difference a year makes. Like, that's really life in a nutshell. If it happened in reverse, they'd be trying to put a statue in his name. You know what I mean? If this was last year and last year was this year. So it's also funny how that stuff works, right?
I mean, when you drop, first of all, I'd be most upset at being an Eagles fan as you played the Giants twice in 3 weeks.
They needed to secure home
pretty
field
much
advantage.
one win.
Yeah, just beat the Giants.
And you couldn't beat the Giants the last game of the season. The Giants. I hate to disrespect teams like that, but what are we doing here? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Now, the road wasn't hard for the Cowboys either. They had to beat Washington, who gave them a run for their money until the third quarter when Dak decided, like, oh, I could play football now.
Bro.
And then he started, like, just destroying.
It was
great. I mean, not for Philly. Like, I don't mean that. It was just great to see Washington get destroyed.
Yeah. Washington had like a 5% chance of winning by, like the prediction. So, look, if I was an Eagles fan, I'd be so happy that my teams. The season starts today. Kind of attitude. That's where I'd be going.
Yeah.
Also, if I was an Eagles fan, I'd be going over to Nick's Roast Beef, in New Haven. We're gonna have a watch party with Sean Brace, Crossing Broad, Kyle Pagan, and all the Fox Sports Gambler guys will be in the crowd, interacting, creating socials, just having a fun time. We got prizes, legit prizes from a lot of our sponsors, and it's going to be an awesome time. And also, it's an awesome venue.
I was just going to say, dude, Nick's Roast Beef is a great spot.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's in New Haven, in Philadelphia. It's unreal. Look it up. We'll be there. You'll see it all over our socials, all over Crossing Broad, all over the Gambler socials. It's going to be a fun night. And we're gonna rock out.
I mean, it's Martin Luther King Day. A lot of people have off of work. Just take care of what you got to take care of during the day. No excuses. Pop on out to Nick's Roast Beef.
One advantage of it not being a home game, we'll have some very passionate Eagles fans in attendance, and one passionate Buck fan, our producer Ty. So
yeah.
I asked him if he was wearing the gear. He said yes.
He is.
He's
Good
gonna
for
wear
him.
it,
Well, you
yeah.
got to support your team. It's the playoffs. I get it. The Tampa's offense has been abysmal in the last 2 weeks. But if the Eagles cannot stop Mike Evans, they're going to have a really tough time with the Buccaneers. But we'll see. We will see. Luckily, it'll be the last game that we get to watch. So hopefully it'll be a good one. And it's Wing Month, guys. So make sure you're supporting local business and ordering wings for the game.
Yes.
All right. Whether you get them from Nick's Roast Beef, whether you get them from, wherever your wing guy is. We have a wing guy.
In Trenton. We have
Trenton.
We have two wing guys. We'll talk about the Trenton guy first. We'll go zip code.
We'll go zip code.
Yeah, we'll go zip code.
All right. The Trenton wing guy that we use,
Yes.
Chuck's Wings,
Right.
off South Broad in
Yeah.
Trenton. Guys, we've had their wings on the show before. Fantastic.
Right.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Right off it's actually right next to Trenton. Technically, it's in Yardville, but it's like literally a mile away from the Trenton area code here. But it's right off South Roach, guys. They have a million. They have garlic parmesan, teriyaki. They got your usual buffalo. They have a lemon pepper wing.
Right.
That will change your life. But if you're in the area, the Trenton area, which our radio station is, guys, check out Chuck's Wing, located on 4592 South Broad Street. Give them a call. Order your wings for the game, 609-585-2555. Call 15, 20 minutes before. Doesn't matter. 50, 75, 100 wings. You're stopping by somebody's house for a party. They got you. They got your back. Chuck's Wings. Check them out.
Yeah. And if you're on the Jersey Shore, Tom's River, you got to go to Wings and Things.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Like, listen, I in college was my Chuck's Wing era, right? I still love it. It's local. We'll go there. Wings and Things, next level. The meatiest chicken you'd ever imagine. I couldn't even tell you all the different flavor options. The guy's like a whiz. Vincent's a whiz, just flavoring these things up.
Oh, man.
Man, there's a hot barbecue that just everything's awesome, and you got to check them out. So I know a lot of our fan base travels to the shore. You got to look up Wings and Things and Island Smoothies. That's my Peyton's favorite spot. She thinks she owns it. But yeah, and then obviously in Philly, Nick's Roast Beef. Nick's Wings are.
You actually had
awesome.
a wing competition at Nick's Roast Beef like 2 years ago.
We did. It was nuts.
People went crazy.
Yeah,
a lot of people got their feelings hurt.
Yeah, well, the owner Matt, we go way back, 15 years. He hands me a piece of paper and he goes, "This is the restaurant that won this. I'm out." I see his car like peeling out, and they had me announce the winner. This one lady was so mad, she flipped us off on the live stream and took off. It was classic. I was like,
that's passion for your wings.
Yeah,
right
I was
there.
like, thanks a lot, Matt.
Guys, celebrate Wing Month by supporting your local business for wings the whole month of January, Wing Month, and carry that over into the beginning of February for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's perfect football food. You've been eating it all year. Let's switch gears. Let's go baseball. Yesterday, news broke, 2 years, $37 million, Marcus Stroman to the Yankees, which is crazy because we were just talking about during the break how he had it out with Cashman like a year ago.
Yeah, it was weird too, and it was also like when the Blue Jays traded him or whatever, he thought he was going to the Yankees first or whatever. Here's what I'll say.
Say it.
I love Stroman.
I know you do.
And I actually don't like Todd Zeile because of how he made sure that door was forever closed on Stroman ever being a Met again.
Right.
So honestly, like it made me feel, because like you didn't need that, Todd Zeile. You're a baseball player. Like if you have an opinion, you talk. We don't need you to find gossip. Talk about the game, talk about the player. But you decided to go a whole nother route. Announce this. Oh, I'm gonna look cool. Stroman was a cancer. Nobody liked him in the locker room. All this nonsense that you can't prove because you didn't have an actual source.
Right.
But you say these things and you hurt a player's chances of coming back to our ball club. And he's still a great pitcher. And, he did a great job in Chicago, and now he's a New York Yankee. So,
well, it's going to be good. And the Yankees also made an offer to Blake Snell, and they're waiting to hear back.
No.
As of right now. I mean, by the time you guys hear this, something else could have broke. But
look, I would love Blake. It's not going to happen in blue and orange, but it just I look at Yeah, that's a great pitching. Dude, it's kind of crazy. Like the Yankees are low key kind of building up their Death Star, where the Dodgers are just so in your face.
I know.
They're
The
so in your
Yankees are
face.
just trying to piece together what's left. You know what I mean? It's like trying
It's
to just
still-
put the scraps
It's
together to
still
make a
bad.
meal.
I mean, they just agreed to $30 million with Juan Soto. So that was his arbitration. Pete Alonso is still a Met for one more year, $20 million to him, avoiding arbitration. And we talked about this with Scotty Braun. Thank God they're not going to arbitration with these people. Like imagine the Yankees. We traded for you, but you've never played for us. Like, why should we pay you,
dude?
Like,
And I'm with the way that Stevie Cohen's been doing business lately. I like you said, I don't trust our plus.
Right.
Who's because I know was it Strone? No, Snell. Snell's a part of the Boris umbrella.
Committee.
Polar Bear too?
He is now, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
now.
like, listen, anybody that's got Scott Boras and company on their team, forget it. You're losing your shirt.
Yeah.
No matter what. And
But-
if you're not prepared to pay, it's a gone.
But also, like, Pete is an emotional dude. Like, any person that has ever seen him can say that. Like, you saw him, like, get upset he lost the home run derby. He's doing squats and stuff. So that got national attention and got Philly attention. But, like, day in, day out, he plays off emotion, you know, and he's a great guy for that. But if he had to sit through arbitration, he would leave the Mets. You know, Jeter almost left the Yankees because of it. So,
yeah, well, that's because everything was leaked.
right.
And
Well, it's going to, I mean, it always does. But either way, it's so freaking hurtful. So it's a weird thing in baseball. So I'm glad maybe they got a shot to keep him. You know, who knows? But
we'll see. We will see. God, where was I? Good God.
I took over.
No, that's fine. Let's stick with baseball because something weird happened last week. Fox tried to kill Frank Thomas.
Yeah, Fox Sports
Well,
TV.
Tried to kill off
Yeah.
Frank Thomas. And this always cracks me up when like these major networks like just jump on something and they don't do that. All it takes is 2 minutes to fact check.
Well, first off, rest in peace to the Frank Thomas that did pass away.
Correct.
Because he was a long dude, like probably like 100 years old. I don't know his exact age, but he was up there, lived a really good life.
93.
Played for he was one of the original Mets. So is that, I'm right about that?
Let's see.
I bet you I'm right.
I
think I'm right.
Well, played for the Pirates, died in 93. Chicago, no.
Wait, huh?
No. I'm sorry. I'm going there.
Go to the 60s. Did you say he died in 93?
No, he was 93 years old.
Oh, I was like, yo, wait, what are we talking about? It's 2023. Are you a time traveler?
Did you go to Stephen Hawking's party?
Oh my god!
Hold on. You got to give me a minute.
Dude,
I don't see.
at this
Give
point,
me the other Frank Thomas here.
Who cares? I'm just upset I don't have my laptop. But should we go to break and let everybody know?
No. So Fox heard that this new Frank Thomas or younger Frank Thomas, they wrote him off like he died. Here it is. Pittsburgh. Man. Oh yeah, the Mets from 62 to 64.
Thank you. Original Met, Frank Thomas. We knew that. So anyway, Frank Thomas, the big hurt, is the person they reported that died. And that's not true. And they made a video montage, all this other stuff. And he goes on to Twitter. He's like, hey, guys.
I'm not dead.
Right.
So this is always cracks me up.
And it worked for them.
It's just in today's era, hear me? In today's era, that's not the first time it's happened. It's happened with Eddie Murphy. It's happened with other celebrities where people think they're dead. And they legit get on Twitter and they're like, hey, I'm still alive. Like, it's just wild to me.
Did you ever see the Hulk Hogan one?
No.
Where it's like, damn, bro, I miss you, Bam. Like, Bam's like, I'm not dead. It was because the other guy died, you know?
Yeah, Ryan Dunn, was that his name?
Yeah. Dude, Bam's like, I'm not dead, bro.
Dead, I'm still here, brother. Oh, my God. Guys, we got to take a quick break. Stay with us. Some hockey news coming up. Some new hockey. I know you're excited about it. Can't wait.
Yes. No, actually, I do care about this. I do.
You're going to care about
this. I retract my button.
So stay with us. Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler.
I still only have one ear working. So now I'm worried, like maybe I am deaf in this ear because the second set of headphones I changed. Oh no. I'm still laughing about the AI. I'll say it's not artificial intelligence, and Stephen Hawking is very close in the intelligence.
Yeah,
factor.
but he's real. He's not artificial.
Right.
You basically compared a robot to a human being.
Fair, but they used robot. Like let's not act
He
like
used
they
the
didn't
robot
use
voice, yes,
technology
because his actual
so he could
vocal cords were
communicate.
paralyzed.
Yes.
He's like a warm robot. Well, not anymore.
I
he's not,
can't
but-
spit game with my current voice the way, like, there's no way, if those allegations are true, that the guy that created the tech is now found his wife cheating on him with Stephen Hawking.
Dude,
that is crazy.
that is how do you even cheat with Stephen Hawking?
But Stephen didn't even have to leave that room, and he got somebody. It's nuts.
Dude, I
But
tell you, man.
yeah,
Dude,
so
you should make
creepy.
a phone call to the PWHL. I feel like that'd be a good client for you.
PWH.
Seriously, the professional women's hockey. League.
Oh!
Yeah.
I thought that had to do. I thought that was like Stephen Hawking.
No.
No. Yeah, I will. That's freaking awesome, actually.
Hey, let's get after it.
You're listening to The Divide right here on The Gambler.
And we're back. Divide Live, Fox Sports, The Gambler. PWHL. Started in January, guys. If you don't know what it stands for, it's Professional Women's Hockey League. Super awesome. Brand new, they're doing it. I know JSB has been covering a lot. Julie Stewart-Binks. We'll say friend of the show.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Fair.
It's 6 teams right now, but this is it. This is the first run at it, and I got to be honest, this is freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
This is really cool. So you have Minnesota, Montreal, New York, Toronto, Ottawa, and Boston. I guess you can call them now the original 6 of the PWHL. And this is a legit hockey season. This goes all the way to like May.
Yeah.
They play a few times a week. There's already been at least 3 games played for most teams. So, about 15 games total at this point, maybe 16. But this is, dude, I know women's sports, there's usually not a lot of viewership. But I mean, dude, they're filling up stadiums.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch this, it's loud. It's like an NHL game. Like
to quote a great man,
I like this move. I
do. It's awesome. Like, first off, like as a parent to a daughter who's amazing, who is in the other room right now skating her butt off.
Yes.
She got skates for Christmas and she hasn't taken them off since. This is awesome, man. Like, it's the quality all around is a good thing. And for these women to get an opportunity, one, to be on TV, to have somebody like Julie Stewart-Binks calling games for them is remarkable in itself. And it's really cool, man. It's I want more of it. I'm here for it. It was awesome watching Binks do that for softball in the Olympics, cover that and baseball. So it's just, dude, it's so cool. Like, one of our foundation things that we did on this network was with Big League Chew, and it was because they put a woman on the cover for the first time ever, character silhouette of a softball player. So this is really, really, really cool, and you tied it up in a nutshell. It's a legit season. I'm here for it. I'd rather watch that than the UFL.
Dude, exactly. Exactly. Disaster.
I don't know, man. I have mixed feelings about the UFL. I like that. If you don't know, the XFL and the USFL merged officially. They're going to have their first season this year during the spring. And, they're trying to get that one guy that got cut on every team, like The Rock did, a shot. So, like, the concept of it is great. Hopefully they're going to learn, and it's going to become the minor leagues and spring football. And that's going to give a lot of players that are either on their way out or on their way in another shot to make it to the pros. And they're going to be playing their what's off to try to get there. So it's cool. I don't think I'm going to watch it, like, because of everything I'll have going on in my life at that time. If I could watch a baseball game, I don't care if it's the Pirates versus the Reds. Well, the Reds are great now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I can't even say them. Like,
no, I see what you're. I hear what you're saying. I think it's just I don't know what it is. More football is always great, but if it's not the NFL, I'm not interested.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about that, like all different variations and variants of all these things they got better camera angles thanks to the XFL, better announcing thanks to some of those experiences. Yeah. Replay has become better because of all these other developmental leagues. But like you said, it's so funny that you would think, like they make spinoffs and sometimes they're equally as good.
Right.
But this is like, you have one of the top tier sports in the world and you can't make a spinoff of it. You see what I'm saying?
I guess because when you look at like you said it, like minor league, when you think minor league baseball,
yeah,
you're not trying to watch that on TV.
No.
You're going to a game because it's usually local to you. Most people live around some sort of, whether it's single, double, or triple A.
Yeah,
they get in for $8. It's $1 hot dogs, $2 beers, whatever it happens to be, and they take the family just to watch to get out of the house.
Yeah,
you don't really have that with the UFL. Like the tickets aren't expensive. You can take the family, but it's what? How many teams? It's very select. It's just not like even saying minor league hockey, same thing. You guys can, there's more opportunities for everybody to kind of go and just watch if someone's rehabbing. Like football is not the sport for that. Like it's not like you're going to have Aaron Rodgers rehabbing in the UFL to get ready for the season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's fair because it's not worth it.
Right.
Yeah, they'll end up hurt.
Right. And if it was legit
like
farm system, like if they had the practice squad for each NFL team, that'd be a little bit different. But these are guys that got cut that are given a second chance. Like to me, practice squad is your second chance, dude. Like this is, I don't know, but I'm harsh. I don't know. I mean, for all I know, in a year from now, there's going to be players that lit it up in the UFL that are now finding spots on NFL teams. Like
I'm smirking because it's just another opportunity for me to figure out like how to make a quick buck.
Of course,
with them because the XFL was great for every variant of the XFL. We tend to make a killing through DraftKings. So
don't get too excited yet. We still got to make a quick buck on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a lot of bets I have going on
this weekend, Wildcard weekend.
I gotta find if one of those sites that we use to gamble. I gotta figure out. Like
I already bet Dolphin. I think it was plus 450 Dolphins anytime touchdown on their D. Because I think it's going to happen.
You mean this weekend?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on their defense. They have nobody left.
That's cool. Don't matter.
All right.
You got to go with your gut.
Oh.
Okay. Sometimes you just got to bet.
You don't need to tell me, buddy. You don't need to tell me. It was a pretty good betting weekend in the Bohm household.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Proud of you, buddy.
No, I'm going to throw it all back.
I'm going to cut this up and send it to Becca. Be like, make sure Corey buys dinner.
I told her. I said, your husband's very good at gambling this weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah, this weekend. I had to throw in this weekend.
Yeah. Did you get your DraftKings summary like they did like one of those?
I don't look at that, Mike. I don't look at that. I think we both know what will happen if I look at that.
I'm very happy with mine. I'm very proud of myself. And
man, you were hot for a couple weeks in a row.
Yeah, since the Super Bowl,
since last year.
Yeah,
I love how you're saying, wow, you are great with words. You are a sales guy.
No,
yeah, you've been hot for a while. Yeah, only since the Super Bowl. Yeah. Oh, you mean last year? You mean this entire football season?
The second I bet the octopus with Hurts,
dude,
and then to hit the goalpost, but. My nephews and nieces are still scared, of me.
They won't come back
over.
They're
never coming back.
We were jumping around like idiots.
Yeah.
Even my wife was looking at me like, what is going on right now? You would think we won $1 million.
They were here for Thanksgiving, and I was scared again because, as you know, any bet I hit
These
everything.
Kids see football on the TV, they just start crying. Ooh.
What do you remember about Uncle Mike?
Uncle Mike's going to go crazy again.
He was an advocate gambler. Oh, my God.
Oh my God! It's the impression we make on these kids is really, gambling's not for kids. You're just scaring them away. That's all. That's being responsible, Mike.
That is being responsible.
Being responsible.
Yeah, but knowing your target audience, and that's
if you
21
want, we can pay some big guys like enforcers to drag you out of the house the next time they're over. he's got to pay his dues and have him really freak out like old school. Nobody from DraftKings or the other site will knock on your door if you owe him money like the old days.
Man,
So
Mike's really deep into the
really
web. Hey, that's how you make it in radio. You go to jail for your gambling, and then you come out.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. All right, guys, be well. We will see you all next week. Thanks for staying with us. This was The Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.